I'm Julie from Truffles, and today I'm going to make two different kinds of sauces using the black summer truffle, the tuber estivum. And I think if you have a small quantity of black truffles, say like 50 or 100 grams, this is a really good way of stretching those truffles so a lot of people could enjoy them. So I'm thinking of making like an appetizer with the black truffles. Now, when you're choosing a truffle, I mean, these ones are broken, but the thing that counts is they're not too hard, they're not too soft. They have a great smell to them. They smell kind of like porcini with some garlicky tones to them, and very earthy. And as regards the colour, well, this one probably shows you the kind of colour that they should be when they're mature. And now, a mature truffle will be full of flavour. It's brown, as you can see, with some white veins. A truffle shouldn't be too pale, that probably means it's immature, and therefore it'll probably be tasteless. Once you have a truffle, there's two things that you can do with them. You can cook them or you can eat them raw. Now, most good chefs would agree probably that the best way to eat a black truffle is to cook it. I kind of enjoy the flavour of raw truffle, so it's going to be interesting with these two sauces because one of them cooks the truffle, the other one uses raw truffle, and at the end I'm going to put them on bruschetta and like try to compare the strength of the truffle in each one, if that's possible. Okay. So we're going to begin with the cooked truffle sauce, tartufata or truffled, and here are the ingredients. We have obviously our truffles and some mushrooms, maybe 150 grams of mushrooms, maybe 50 grams of truffle. You can use whatever mushrooms you can find. I was hoping today to get some nice porcini, but unfortunately it wasn't that kind of day, so I've ended up with some kind of button mushrooms from the supermarket. Doesn't matter. We'll be cooking those in butter and olive oil, a little bit clove of garlic, some salt, and later on we'll be adding some olives. For the moment I've only got 3, we might need to add some more, and some rosemary. Not all of this rosemary obviously, but some of it. Fresh rosemary. So here all the ingredients are ready. The mushrooms have been chopped up or diced, let's say. The garlic has been sliced, and the truffles have been sliced very thinly, and I've cut the olives off the pits. The pan is heating up with some butter, and I also put in a little bit of olive oil, and I'm going to add the diced mushrooms to the pan. Give them a stir. Now I think that kind of slow and gentle is probably the way to go with this one, and so it's on a medium heat. When the mushrooms begin to lose their moisture, I'm going to turn the heat down as they dry out and add the truffles. So I've turned down the heat as the mushrooms are starting to cook, and I'm going to add my truffles. I'm keeping some of these back. And now it's probably a good time to add my garlic, which I can see I haven't chopped it very well. There you go. I'll give it a mash in the pan. I'm going to put in a bit of salt as well. Nice big chunks of salt. Okay, and we're going to leave this to cook for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so here's the finished mixture. It cooked for about 3 minutes. I think the salt is still kind of crunchy, but we're going to blend it, so it shouldn't really matter. So putting truffle, garlic and mushroom mix. truffles and mushrooms are pretty safe combination. So in this tatu we have some like black olives as well to give it a bit of interest, and I'm going to put in some rosemary, just a little bit. I can adjust it as I go along. Put in the mixing. Press it down. And give it a blast. Until it's fairly, I think, spreadable. Okay, there's still some things wrong with that, so probably what I'll do is add a bit of olive oil. Our next sauce, the second sauce, is with the raw uncooked truffle, and here are the ingredients we'll be using. I'm going to use some chickpeas. Now, I've seen this recipe in some of the truffle companies' product lists, and I had a look at the ingredients, and there was something like this: a little rosemary, garlic, salt, olive oil, and black truffle. Not all of the companies were using tuber stevum, I have to say. Some of them were using Chinese truffle, but anyway, this is tuber stevum. And we're going to put all of these through the blender. Now, basically these are the ingredients for the black truffle paste, which I made the other day. So the link is below. So what I'm going to do is blend these. With some rosemary. And I'm going to add some truffle paste. But these are the ingredients that we used anyway. We just blended up some truffle slices with some olive oil, garlic and salt. Okay, so now the blending. Try to get a nice paste. Now a little trick is, because these chickpeas are boiled, I forgot to say that, don't use canned chickpeas. Soak them overnight, boil them. This is a bit of the chickpea liquid you can use, and a bit of olive oil, because you can see this is like far too dry at the moment. We need to get like a pasty. That probably takes a while. Okay, that looks kind of how I want it to be. I'm going to tidy it up a little bit. Here are the two different sauces. This is the sauce with the raw truffle and the chickpeas. You can see the consistency of that. And this is the cooked truffle with the mushroom. So I have here some bruschetta. So this is kind of like how I think you would serve this. It's probably a bit too much. And this one looks kind of like a hummus with a very strong truffly flavour now. That's really good. And then drink some beer to clean my palate. And let's try this one. pot. So two different flavours, obviously with different ingredients. I think they both work very well. Personally, I still prefer the taste of the raw truffle, but this definitely gives like different nuances, I think, of the truffle itself. I tried not to put too much olive in, maybe I'd need a little bit more. I don't know. Well, if you try these, please let me know what you think. If if I did something wrong as well, perhaps you could let me know in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you. Okay, so that's all for today, and I look forward to our next video.